jerking while working, old dirty bastard, and baby tats on today's episode of 1, 2, 3 jokes. Should we do it again?
No.
Welcome, everybody, to 1, 2, 3 Jokes, the competitive comedy podcast where we take 3 stories from the news, write 3 jokes about each story, and decide who has written the funniest jokes. My name is Jeremy Martinez.
And this camera is too high. I'm Ricardo Leon.
I'm Hannah Ty.
Oh.
And I'm Vanessa Flores.
A flawless start to a flawless coming episode.
I don't think we ever have really good starts.
Yeah, it always takes
if
a while.
we're being honest with each other.
Who was that voice in the beginning?
Yeah, who was she?
I don't know.
Oops.
We have a guest newsreader today. Her name is Vanessa Flores.
Yep, that's me. I'm here to help.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
I'll do my best, which isn't that great.
No, you're doing
Just
hey, none
fine.
of us do well.
Yeah,
Just so
as
you know.
evidenced by the start of this show.
Yeah. Yay. Well, who are you?
I am Jeremiah's girlfriend.
What? Since when?
Oh, no.
What? Since like over a year ago.
All right.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right. Nice
Good
job,
stuff.
guys.
Let's get into this. Will be the podcast for today. We're just going to talk about
We can be nauseatingly
how
cute.
nauseating
Have you
we
guys
are.
talked on the on here how you guys met? Because you have a cute little story.
I don't think
Oh,
so.
we do.
Tell
We
it.
could.
Tell it. I
Well,
want to hear it.
ooh. Okay. How about a plug for maybe
Okay.
a bonus
Sorry.
content for next
Or-
week?
Just go with it. Yes, and bro, just do it. Tell it. Right
Yeah.
now.
Yes. And we need content for next week.
Okay.
All right. Fair enough on that part. Not happy about it. We're gonna just fucking do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, stay tuned for that. We'll talk about
It's very Hallmark.
It's cute.
very Hallmark. It's
Yeah.
epic. A lot of people died, but we'll get into it.
We lost so many good men out
So
there.
many good men.
Okay.
All right. Well, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Doing well.
Can you lift your mic? It's
gonna be-
you're not scotching so much.
Sure. It's going to be a different episode. We've got Carly's out today. We got Vanessa filling in as a lovely newsreader. Bob is out. So it's just going to be Ricky versus Jeremy today.
Ricky carrying the
Meeting
whole
of the
show.
minds.
It's going to be Ricky thinking he's carrying the whole show versus Jeremy carrying the whole show.
I'll be the judge of that.
That was perfect.
Thanks.
Yeah,
That's what I bring to the show.
Perfection.
I think we should all like freeze frame. Like,
Cutesy little 80s, like. Okay. Yeah.
Well, if we gonna just fucking do the show, then let's fucking do the show. Are you ready?
you guys
Round
ready to just
one?
fucking do the
Let's
show?
do round 1.
Totally. All right. Company offers employees pods to masturbate in, complete with VR sets. A company has taken the unusual step of offering their employees pods to masturbate in while at work as an employee benefit, which is usually things like a dental plan or free coffee. The Cyprus-based adult website Strip Chat installed 4 pods for its 200 employees and will allow them 30 minutes paid breaks during work hours to make use of the pods, aka to jack it.
30
The decision to install
30
the
minutes.
I would rather have free coffee at work.
Yeah.
Excuse me, are you
30
using your time
minutes?
effectively?
Like, that's
30 minutes?
embarrassing. If you need 30 minutes, you're not doing the right. You don't have a good imagination.
No, well, okay, so you're thinking of it as terms of like just getting it done because you need to get it done. What about enjoying it? So, 30 minutes of pleasure. That sounds très magnifique.
I don't want to enjoy it at work.
Right. That's why we're doing this story.
Okay, yeah,
That's the weird part.
Okay.
Masturbating for 30 minutes, not weird.
Oh, that's the weird part? Okay, let me adjust my notes.
The decision to install the pods was made to help employees cope with the stress of COVID-19 pandemic. With 200 employees sharing the 4 pods, they may not have assessed the stress and awkwardness involved in queuing at work for onanism. Onanism?
I don't know.
Organisms.
For
Orgasms.
That's what it was supposed to be. What a typo.
Spelling. Or a stroke. I'm not sure.
Hey, if it's a stroke.
Nice.
Not perfect.
The pods, which look like large futuristic balls, are equipped with 4K screens, Oculus Quest VR headsets, tissues, and a comfortable chair to masturbate in. It will also not be BYOL, as lube will be provided by the employer.
Oh, thank God. Because that would have been weird.
Yeah. I got to bring my own lube. Deal's off.
Yeah.
I'm waiting till I get home.
Picture this. Quote, it says, quote, picture this, a team of happy employees with their creative juices flowing and being productive because they've had some time scheduled to make themselves feel good, said a company spokesperson. A masturbation break at work can result in more focus from your employees, less aggression, and more productivity and better teamwork.
Creative juices flowing
teamwork.
Creative juices flowing from big futuristic
Ew.
balls.
That's gross. So that's the story.
Okay.
All right. Well, Vanessa, as our guest newsreader today, you can decide who goes first, Jeremy or Ricky.
Jeremiah.
That's right. She calls me Jeremiah. My Christian name.
I don't know who this Jeremy is. Weird.
Paid masturbation time accrues 1 hour for every week you work after your first 90 days with the company. Then after your first year, you get 5 paid masturbation days off. Need me to repeat it, Hannah?
No, I got it. I just forgot that I was supposed to be judging and like writing stuff down. But okay, I got it.
We're going to begin a company-wide policy of No Nut November. Management feels it would be an effective move towards generally less sticky workplace. I'm fucking these up, man.
Ugh.
I mean, you first and then me.
Oh, I fucked it up first?
Yeah, yours fucked up
I
first.
think Hannah fucked up my joke.
What?
It's hard to do as a judge. Masturbating at work already exists, said every men's bathroom stall.
If it's the stalls that are saying that, they're like, they already have it.
The stalls would be like a Vietnam vet, like smoking a cigarette. Like, we've seen this before.
The way he's saying it sounds like they're jealous. They're like, ugh, it wasn't good enough for you before to be in those stalls.
Mm-hmm. Hey, the urinals are the jealous ones. They never get masturbated into.
That's too bad.
Yeah. You
Poor
know what?
urinals.
Give me 30 minutes, guys.
Let's start a campaign, everyone. Masturbate at work in the urinal.
You could totally
With
get
your
away
pants
with it,
around
too.
your ankles. Just
This sounds unsanitary. How about promoting not living like a fucking animal? How about a fucking bidet? How about being able to wash your asshole whenever you not just need to, but whenever you want to? Whenever you want to get that temperature right and wash your dirty little butthole or the back of your balls or your labia, I would love to wash my itchy butt right now. I had cowboy fries last night and cold cowboy fries this morning. And what am I going to do? Go to the bathroom and wipe with no-ply toilet paper? Hey, companies, you want to save on toilet paper? Get bidets.
honestly, I feel that. Like, that makes more sense.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Did I just lose this round?
Because it was a debate.
It's a cold-
it's a debate. A bidet debate.
Just
A bidet
debate.
A day debate. A bidet debate.
Hey, babe, we're having a bidet debate today.
Are you for or against?
Do you say yay or nay on the bidet debate?
No bidet today, babe.
No bidet today, babe.
It makes it sound like Ross Perot. Now bidet. Bye.
4K televisions, Oculus Quest, lube, comfortable chair. Things men don't truly need to be able to masturbate. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, boss, you gonna pay for my porn? Excuse me, I feel discriminated against. You say that the pods are large enough for a person to masturbate in? Well, not the way I do it.
Oh, that was fun.
All right.
That was good.
That was quite rapid fire.
Yeah, that was
No
good.
pun
This will
intended.
be
Skeet, skeet.
little-
Well, it's like now I know what to get Ricky for Christmas.
No, I don't think you have
I
any
think
clue.
he just needs imagination.
Like-
And I think he's good to go.
Industrial bidet. Just like
Oh yeah.
Oh, but
Oh yeah, a Tushy.
yeah.
A Tushy. That's what they're called. The Tushy brand. Remember, like during peak COVID, like everyone got into a bidet.
Oh.
Was it just my
no,
friends?
Get yourself.
Like, I
no,
remember
we got
seeing
one.
art. That was
Yeah,
My
like
ex got
so
one.
many people got bidets during like quarantine.
I've wanted to. I never.
Yeah.
Never pulled the.
But there's
handle
a
on that
brand
one.
called Tushy, and it's a bidet brand, and it's really
Tushy.
Tushy, Tushy.
Oh, like Stanley. Stanley Tushy.
Yes.
I wholeheartedly. And this is
Is your Stanley?
my first Stanley Tucci ever, so I don't know how it's gonna go.
That's not
It's not
going
going
great.
well if you're against him.
I'm Stanley Tucci.
Nope.
No,
Needs work. Need to
I love
workshop that
Stanley
one.
Tucci.
Keep trying.
Are you doing him right now?
it looks,
He's
it
like
looks
got an
painful.
Oh,
He's having a stroke. He's
I can
masturbating.
kind of see it.
Stanley Tucci.
Okay.
He's a little more
little bit.
quiet somehow.
I can see the face
Like
you're
the
trying to
strong. I know the face.
Yeah.
I get it. You're doing it. The hand helps.
try
Sorry,
the Hunger
hand
Games.
helps.
Stanley Tucci.
I hadn't seen that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well,
Okay.
back to judging the jokes.
Oh, what I'm here to do. Okay. I love those. I feel like that whole story had a lot of material. But like I also so for those of you who are listening, this is always the first time that I'm hearing these. I know that I get access to it, but I like to have it be a surprise.
I like that too.
Yeah. That's why I'm always like giggling. And so I'm like, okay, this is funny.
I also
that's
like that
just
you're
gross.
very immature. Always
Yeah.
giggling.
I'm 12. But yeah, I just would be so weirded out to jerk off at work. Like I could not do that. Like that is a private thing.
Especially like opening a giant pod and like coming out. Like,
And everyone knows like
maybe
I
like sweaty. Like,
I come out like all rosy cheeked and be like, don't touch me. Like, leave me alone.
We're like, I'm pretty sure she went in there and hung upside down for like 10 minutes
Yeah,
based on how her face looks.
Yeah, I'd be like rosy cheeked and like
But also, that's how she gets off.
yeah. Yeah, I have to be hanging down from like a bat. Usually there's rafters
I am Batman.
involved. like pretend I'm anyway. Okay, so back to the jokes. Jeremy, I liked the paid time off joke, the first one, your first joke. And then yeah, okay, I know guys who have jerked off at work and they have told me that. So like masturbating at work is not a new thing. That already exists. Like,
I've had
This-
known women that have done the same thing.
oh. My girl.
But they do. But they do it at the urinals.
Yeah. I got a dick pic from a guy like at work like in his cubicle. That was like his thing that he liked to do.
Ew.
you always have weird stories. They're always they're interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm like, how does she always have a story?
They have weird stories. Good stories for sure.
I've just lived a life. And like when I say these things, I'm like, yeah, everybody's had that experience. But
I
then,
think that we just got a lot of prudes on this show.
Sorry.
do you need a moment?
Just
Okay.
Look
He's
at
like,
him. He's an
"Baby,
acts of
during the-
service guy, isn't he?
During the podcast, I'm going to adjust your mic, and that's going to mean I love you.
yeah. I don't adjust anybody's mic. In fact, I just like knock over Hannah's mic.
Yeah, you got
You just adjusted it even more than it was
Yeah.
before. That's a huge adjustment.
I guess that's true.
I did like Rick's reference to the No Nut November. I think that's always funny, and I was like, do guys really do that? I mean, of
I
course.
tried to do it,
But
and it's
why?
the fifth now, so I failed to do it. I was so depressed, like I just was like, I was like, I'll just do it a month, fine. I'm like depressed right now anyways. And then I got so depressed that I masturbated and I felt better for like a second. And then I masturbated again later and it wasn't as good.
Yeah,
So I'm back on No Nut November.
there you go. Are you sticking with it?
until later until after we're done recording.
Until I get home and I'm thinking about it.
Until he gets to work on
Until I
Monday.
get a nice breeze.
Because it seems like you have like, it's like I want to be able to control that. You know what I mean? Like if I don't want to, I shouldn't have to. And then you watch like Seinfeld where they have the bet.
You
That
shouldn't
is the
have to.
funniest episode.
And it's so true though, because it's like you just give in. You give yourself excuses and like, it's fine.
What's the benefit of No Nut November?
No nutting.
Uh-huh.
I would say when I did do it, oh man, it was a mess. But in a good way.
So it's okay. I guess it's the delayed gratification.
Preservation of your life force.
So I didn't do it for like 2 months when I was living at my uncle's condo because I was like, I don't want to do it at my uncle's condo. And so then, like, the second that I moved in with my friend, move over, I'm
going in like that.
Actually, I
For
went
trusting me to live with you.
before I like packed up my stuff and like my bed was still out. I was like, okay. So I was snuck into my place. Well, I didn't sneak in. I just like went to my place at a weird hour and. I mean, I was like such a bitch up until that moment. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm fine. All right. And then literally my friend was like, you're glowing. Am I? Is it because I was there for an hour last night? And I did it 3 times? Like,
Also, I walked by your room. Were you hanging upside down?
yeah. So I get
Were you
that.
stirring something in there? Stirring pudding or something?
Ew.
What?
Pudding.
It makes noise.
And then so back to the jokes, and then the bidet joke that was good because I have never thought. I mean, a bidet is great, and I'm excited because I'm going to Italy and I'll get a bidet experience everywhere.
Buongiorno.
And then also, it doesn't need to like the whole large pods. Like that's so obvious. Like mothers who like breastfeed don't even get.
They get like a
They
closet.
get like a closet, and then you get like this whole jerk off station. Like that's not
They
fair.
get like the Harry Potter cupboard under the stairs.
Goddamn right.
Rickety place, and it's like the most natural thing for a mother, you know.
Goddamn right.
And they're like,
Priorities.
gross, get away from us, gal. Yeah,
But it's also like
but
a
hey,
porn-
we gotta go jerk it over here in these ball shaped
VR.
It's also like a porn website, right? That's what this company is. It's a porn
Is it?
website. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they never said okay.
So it's just like a marketing thing. You know what I mean? To be like, yeah, we want to jerk off all the time. You're so horny.
I thought it would be funnier if it was just like like a small business, like just
Yeah,
this
a plumbing company.
Like, I was picturing like there's this little plumbing company and this guy Daryl was like,
They're like-
well, everyone's real tense. What can we do to
They like-
get this? What if everybody just jerked off?
The plumbing industry is fast paced.
Yeah.
You know, it's because you're looking at those pipes and tubes and
Yeah.
fittings and all that stuff all day. Gets you a little,
They need new equipment. They've got 3 broken down vans,
Yeah.
but they spent $20,000 on 3
Yeah, but
masturbation
why's
pods.
the van broken down? Because you've been jerking off in it.
And if there's anything we know about the plumbing industry is they keep up with the times. So they are innovative and they are always, they don't change.
I don't know. I saw Daryl's crack, and I just had to take some me time.
But yeah.
You know what's weird is we sell bidets, but we don't use them.
But don't.
Plus, if Tiffany's allowed to keep her breast milk in the fridge, I should be able to keep my you-know-what in the fridge.
Ew. Don't mix the two up.
As Jeremy takes a drink.
Which one am I drinking? You'll never know.
What do I have in here?
What do I use to cream my coffee?
Ew.
All right. Well, so how did it come out?
Ew. Come on.
It came out right into this cup.
Actually, I'm gonna give it to Rick. He got it. He won me over with a bidet, and then the last joke. Yeah. So good job, Rick.
Good job.
Hey.
Vanessa, how do you feel about that?
Don't put me on the spot.
She also gave it to Rick.
World's dirtiest man, 94, dies after taking his first wash. An Iranian hermit, affectionately referred to as the world's dirtiest man, has died at the age 94, just months after having his first wash in decades.
This sounds a lot like NPR, more like the BBC News World Report.
I'm doing my best.
No, you're doing great. I'm giving it a compliment. It's really cool.
Amu Haji, or Uncle Haji, passed away on Sunday after spending years assiduously avoiding fresh food or cleaning himself in the belief that if he cleans himself, he will get sick. State news agency.
And all that assiduous is like collecting at the bottom of his underwear.
It's a SAT word.
It is a good word.
Villagers successfully gave Haji a wash a few months ago after previous attempts had been unsuccessful. On one occasion, a few years ago, he reportedly avoided being taken to a river to bathe by throwing himself out of a car and running away.
Mean, right? These people are mean. Like, he doesn't want to be washed. Why do they have to fucking force him to wash?
The non-genarian is said to have reached his ripe old age despite subsisting on a diet of roadkill, and he was previously photographed smoking several cigarettes at once.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Oh.
I don't know why people overly fetishize a wealthy lifestyle. This dude's life sounds rad. He's got zero responsibility. He was fucking invincible until they washed him, and he ate roadkill and smoked multiple cigarettes at a time. Fuck your caviar dreams, Robin Leach.
Isn't he British?
No, he's like Australian, but what does that matter?
Oh, I thought you were doing a Robin Leach.
We were waiting
As
for
Robin.
it.
Oh, no. You thought that was Robin Leach saying that?
Yeah.
I don't know why people overly fetishize a worthy lifestyle.
Lifestyles of the poor and filthy. That kind of lifelong wisdom is rare and special, and you people just tossed it down the drain.
That's your camera. Oscar the Grouch lives in a trash can, but his neighbors do not judge him. Learn something.
I think that's a little preachy, Rick.
Yeah, sometimes
That one's
I
a
have
little-
to get a little preachy.
Get off your soapbox.
Sometimes I have to get up on my soapbox and preach a little to the listeners who want to wash dirty men.
So I definitely want to see this in the next Dawn commercial that shows how safe it's safe enough to wash oil off a baby duck and decades of filth off a 94-year-old man.
I have a dirty uncle, but he isn't actually dirty, just a molester.
I saw you typing that on your phone. I was like, where's he going? Because like I didn't know the story, so I was like,
yeah.
ew.
And you can't just watch that. The mortician had a hard time before his funeral. I mean, he was unrecognizable. His skin was visible. His hair was one color. Ultimately, they decided the best way to bury him was cover his casket in dirt without closing the lid.
I'm just imagining like how like smelly he would have to be. Like, because like
I bet
think
he smelled
about
like a tree. Because that's
What?
so much dirt and grind. You know, that's so much stuff on it. It's like a barrier. So it's just like nature. He smells like nature.
No,
I'm
there's
thinking there's like
fluids
fungus
and
fluid.
grossness.
Yeah, like have you ever like cut your toenail and then smelled it or anything? No. Okay, that's not weird.
No,
After
she's got-
everything
she's got
yeah,
something.
Oh,
like
sorry.
yeah, thank you.
I'm not going to leave you
Yeah,
hanging on
it's
that.
like thanks.
Hanging by a toenail.
I wouldn't leave that toenail hanging.
But, like-
I've never smelled my toenail, no, but
Not like what's on your toe, but like
I picked
when you
stuff out of my belly button that smelled really bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I think it smells like. But 10 times worse. Like that would be, I bet he smells like if we had dog noses and could smell everything. You know how
You
dogs
could smell his life.
Yeah. You know how dogs can smell like 100 times more than us?
Yeah.
I bet that's how he smells all the time.
That's how he lives.
Just lives. And he,
lives
probably just
we
has
had
like
dog noses.
a film on him. I wonder if
there
he
was
ever
there
got
was a picture,
sick.
and it was he just looked like he rolled around in mud and just never got never washed it off.
Imagine him going in the jerk off pod. Gross.
Still left less of a mess than Larry did.
Yeah, there's not going to be a tree smell after
Ew.
that.
Yeah,
You
it's
gotta
gonna
drain
smell
the balls
good.
after
Yeah.
this guy drained his balls.
Ew, it's gonna smell
That's
like swamp.
That's a good point too about the masturbation pods. Is like I've seen how my coworkers like leave the bathroom.
I've seen their style.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've seen the condition of a toilet when I've walked into a work restroom. Like what's the pod gonna be like?
And I mean, like, semen also smells like stuff that you ate, you know? So if it's like Italian food and it's like, it seems like garlic in there. Like,
It's not a one-to-one thing.
not always. I'm just saying.
Does semen
can't,
smell like what you ate?
If you eat cum.
I will remain
Touche.
expressionless.
Yeah, sometimes it does. But anyway, those were gross jokes because I was just grossed out the entire time. Like that story grossed me out more than the jerk off pod story because it was like, ew. But I guess it would be like a shock to his system if he's never been clean
Right?
since
Do
he
you guys
was
think it
little.
was the cleaning that killed him?
Probably.
No, I think he's just old. Like,
Well, he's old and then he's never been clean. And so that probably scared him. And he probably had like some cardiac arrest. And
Or
he's
like he was like never exposed to something like that.
in a river? Or where was he
Yeah,
clean?
that's a good point.
Yeah.
I just mean
Yeah.
like, you know, like the dirt is like protecting him in a way. You know what I mean? Like that's like a barrier for
Yeah.
germs and stuff like that. So like losing that barrier and doesn't have that.
so it's like War of the Worlds. Like he got exposed, he got cleaned
got-
off,
Yeah.
exposed to
Unparalleled.
germs.
That's just so gross.
It was germs the whole time.
Twas cleanliness.
It was
killed the beast.
antibacterial soap the whole time.
No, there's no way that they use like antibacterial soap. Do you think?
I don't know.
No.
To wash your whole body. That's
To
Him?
wash an old dirty man.
Do you think they gave him like a proper
I
bath?
don't know. These people were assholes. You have to jump out of a car to get away from them.
Yeah, I think they just like sprayed him with a hose.
Probably,
Like,
yeah.
got him.
It's
You know
like
what I mean? Like,
fucking-
I don't think
They just,
gave
like,
him-
blew his brains
like
out
he
with
didn't.
the high
Maybe
pressure
if
hose.
they gave him like a proper like.
they dunked him in a vat of bleach and then wondered why he died.
and then threw cigarettes on it. Like, you're fucking gross. Yeah. Ew. Ugh.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
how did it come out?
I was grossed out by all the jokes. Okay. Yeah, the decades of filth on the 94-year-old man just washing that really solidified the picture, Jeremy. And then I liked the mortician joke. That was my favorite of the three. And then Rick, I think you were like pro him not showering.
I
from
just
the
think it'd be
jokes
really
that-
fun to be that fucking not giving a fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
Could you do that?
For a little while. Because I'm sure there's a downside. Probably.
Yeah, you have to smell
see it,
yourself.
but maybe.
When I was a teenager and I worked at McDonald's, there was this one old man who probably in his 80s who came in and just reeked of cats. Just reeked.
And that man was Ronald McDonald.
He smelled like cats and grimaces and birdies.
Fry kids.
Right, kids? Yeah, and then at one point the manager was like, had to like pull him aside and be like, hey, you know, do you, when you come in, do you like shower? He's like, I shower every day. He was an angry old man. you
Wait,
know?
he worked there?
No, he was a customer.
Well, then the manager's got no say
Yeah,
in
that's
how
true.
he treats his body.
Well, you know, you got to consider other customers too, not just the one.
Patrons. Yeah.
Because you could not be in an 8-foot radius of this guy.
I remember in 8th grade, there was this guy and he moved to my school and he smelled so bad. He had the worst body odor and he was like just dumb, and he sat by me in one
He smelled
class
dumb.
and he smelled just like he couldn't read. And he was in all
They couldn't read the box that says soap.
yeah. And I didn't want to be like, I didn't know what to say because he, like, I could taste it, you know, like I could taste the BO. And I'm sure, like, I don't know, it was just awful. So I told my chemistry teacher, who was also like, he was the wrestling coach. So he's like, I know how to talk to gross dudes. And so he was just like, he said it in the worst way. He like went over and he's like leaning up against the two of us, like in front of us. And he's like, my wife got me a new cologne. He's like, don't you have a girlfriend? Has she ever gotten you anything? And he's like, no. And she's like, oh, maybe she could get you cologne. And he's like, nah. I was like, Mr. Young, that was your attempt. Like, what? How would you drop the ball so badly? This guy smells so bad. And I can see him. And like, the problem, like, he had like nothing. Like, he would be the guy who could like fix your car up real nice. But like, outside of that, like nothing.
Yeah.
But he was so nice that I couldn't just like, hey, I don't want to say his name because there's no way that he listens to me. But like, and he,
Well, he's dead now, right?
He
could be.
took a
No,
shower last
he's-
week. He died.
I can imagine what this man's life is like. But anywho, just gross. Ew. So I can't imagine like 94 years.
Actually, in college, I used to work at the cafe at my college, and the college was very nerdy.
And I
Which is
never took a
fine.
bath.
And but like the kids, because they just wouldn't bathe, and they would come in wearing the same like clothes all the time, and then they'd order food, and I could just smell them. And I just remember they were playing like Magic the Gathering or something.
No
and
way.
I went over.
You
and
don't
got,
say.
I
Are
got
you sure they weren't like performing cunnilingus on supermodels?
Ew.
I'm positive. And I got Febreze, and I just like Febrezed the whole table, and they're like, oh my God, it burns. And I'm like, my nose burns from how bad you smell. Take a shower.
burns.
You guys smell. Like, it just was horrible. And just no, they didn't have their moms telling them to bathe, so they wouldn't. And I'm like, I could smell you. It's so gross.
What a weird act of defiance. You know what I
Right?
mean? Like, I know I was defending the practice before,
Okay,
but,
now how's it?
but I mean, like, because if you're doing it as a fuck you to everybody, like if you're doing it because you're like, I just want to be trashy, that sounds cool. But if you're doing it like you said, these kids are probably kind of like, it's the first time I don't have anybody telling me to take a shower, and they're like excited about that. That's
Or I don't know. Like, I never asked, but it was just like, how could you not like clean yourself? Like, you're at least around other people, and you could. If I could
Yeah.
smell them, they could probably smell themselves.
I remember when I was going through my big breakup, I was like super depressed and I was living with my parents.
Big
and I
breakup
think-
of 84.
Yeah, big
Remember.
breakup of 84. Everyone remembers. Who could forget?
Never forget.
And I was living with my parents at the time, and like
they were your parents
I
at the
can't
time.
remember. Yeah, at the time. And then I Macaulay Culkin.
Emancipated.
Yeah, emancipated. Yeah.
You made your parents disobey.
No, I
I
remember
wish I
I
knew
was
you were doing that because I would have cut to your camera.
I was watching Parks and Rec. Like, I remember this vividly, and I was wearing the 3 Wolf Moon t-shirt. Like, you remember that shirt? That was really cool for a while.
Oh, I think
And
so.
the 3 wolves howling at the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was yeah. So I was wearing that and wearing like sweatpants, and my mom's in a wheelchair, and she wheeled up by me and she goes, "Are you gonna do anything today?" And I was like, "No." And she goes, "If you do anything today, could you shower?" I was just like, "Oh no." This is becoming, I'm becoming other people's problems. And I think it had only been like maybe 3 days, but like that's a long time for me. And it was depression smell. So it was probably like real ripe, you know, like not. Ew.
That's such a mom way to say it, though. Like,
Yeah, and I
okay,
was just-
honey, but if you plan on doing anything today, please fall in the tub.
Yeah, please fall in the tub, like for the love of God.
My mom would be like, I made you a bubble bath.
yeah.
Feel free to like.
What do you think about it, huh? What if you just were to, hop in? I'm just crying. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I cried during all those showers. Anyway, Jeremy rinsed
That's
that
what the
round.
shower is for.
Yay!
I'm sorry.
The showers are for crying, and the
Baths are for
pods
crying
are
too.
for masturbating. And
I have a really great bath playlist that I cry
okay.
to in the bathtub. There's a lot of followers on Spotify.
Is it called the crime?
I'm not crying in the bathtub. I'll share it. It's good.
Nice. So round 3. Parent called out for getting baby a medical tattoo so he isn't mixed up with his twin brother.
Oh.
A Redditor wanted to discuss her experience and get some feedback. So naturally, she came to visit the Am I the Asshole subreddit. She asked, "Am I the asshole for medically tattooing my child under the recommendation of a doctor? I have 2 beautiful fraternal twin boys, Jack and Adam. Thing is, Jack has a condition, without going into detail, requires a shot once a week. Once he is older, he can take pills. I went back to work and mother-in-law offered to watch the babes."
Did this kid get like the clap or something? Because the way that they're talking about it is, we prefer not to.
Wait,
bring it
also
up, but he
like
has to get a shot
fraternal.
of penicillin,
Fraternal means they don't look the same.
but they still could look similar. They're just
Oh,
not identical.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
just wait.
Oh God.
During this time, she would give him his injections and we had a schedule. It worked very well until a month ago when she gave the shot to the wrong kid. Now, they may be fraternal, but they look identical. And I'll be honest, my husband and I even mix them up sometimes. Everyone does. She immediately noticed her mistake, called 911, and they were transferred to a hospital. By the time I got there, Adam had been given the reversal agent, and they were both happily sipping on juice, loving the attention. We went home the same night and told to push fluids. He was never in danger. This is long. It's a very slow-acting medication that at worst would have given him diarrhea in a few days, but mother-in-law was beside herself. I tried to ease her worry, but she refused to babysit, so to daycare they went. This daycare has a nurse because some of the kids have medications, so she knew what to do, but the worry of mixing up the kids was a valid concern, as the kids would not keep name tags on. Doctor recommended a medical tattoo. He explained that they tattoo a freckle no bigger than the end of a pencil eraser on an area of the skin that's easily seen while the child is under mild sedation, similar to dental offices.
A pencil eraser is pretty big.
That is pretty big.
That's a weird analogy.
Just right here, a lovely beauty mark.
Yeah.
It's no bigger than a can of soup.
I mean, it would probably have to be like reasonably big so it doesn't get mixed up with like a freckle
yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Because
Well, what about a fucking bracelet? You
That's
know,
what I'm
They
saying.
won't keep
Yeah.
it. They won't keep it on.
yeah, kids
No,
are
the like the ticket, like when you go to a festival, like
Yeah.
those bracelets.
Yeah,
like,
but those irritate the skin.
so does
So does a fucking tattoo.
so
Right.
does
Like-
taking
Yeah,
the
but
wrong
once.
medicine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But
because
they can both wear the bracelets. One is green and one is
Or one
blue.
just
Light
wears the
green.
bracelet. and
one says
doesn't.
favorite, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
One says condition.
Because of the area, it usually fades in 2 to 3 years, but by then they should have developed more personal features and may not need it redone. So after discussion with my husband, we did it. He has a 2-millimeter brown freckle on his earlobe. From entering the office to leaving, it took 30 minutes and he never felt a thing. Mother-in-law lost her shit the second I mentioned a medical tattoo. I tried to explain, but she just freaked out, so I put both kids on the floor and told her to pick up Jack and find the tattoo. She picked up Adam. So I handed her Jack, and after 20 minutes, she couldn't find it. Stripped him to his skivvies. I finally pointed it out, and she went, "That's just a freckle." I just said, "My point exactly. Adam doesn't have a freckle there, so that's how daycare can tell them apart." She's still pissed and ranting. Once I explained
She
to
got
others,
her though, right?
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Once I explained to others and they failed to find it, they understand, but they still think I went too far in tattooing my child and altering their body. I believe I took the necessary precautions recommended by the doctor, and the tattoo will fade with sun exposure and as he grows. By the time he's 5, it probably won't even be visible, or it'll just look like a faded freckle. So am I the asshole?
Also, next week are their circumcisions.
Yeah, right.
Huh.
Which mother-in-law's just fine with.
Oh, you're talking about mutilating bodies? Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah, it starts with a tiny medical tattoo. Soon the baby starts sucking pacifiers, listening to hard rock lullabies, and ordering breast milk with Red Bull. It's a slippery slope.
It was an easy decision on which one was going to get the tattoo because one definitely stood out as the tramp. Baby tramp.
Dirty pop.
Baby tramp.
Baby tramp.
Tramp. Luckily, they found
Sick of all these babies being stupid fucking tramps.
getting all the wrong meds.
I decided to come up with an idea. Am I the asshole or not?
Luckily, they found a tattoo shop that had a tiny little dot as an option on the wall. I mean, I've never seen that.
It's a flash sale.
Yeah.
It was in the gumball. You have to get
dot.
it. Yeah.
What is this appointment? You got like a stick-on tattoo that's a dot.
$50.
Yeah. You have to get it. You did it.
This baby goes hard. He's got a cocoa melon face tattoo.
I mean, I understand the medical need, but that tattoo cost $400 plus tip.
You said toot.
No, I was like,
What? The tattoo?
tattoo.
Oh, you said toot.
that toot.
That toot.
I didn't. I said that toot cost.
Well, at first.
You
then
said that
corrected
too.
yourself.
Oh.
Did you black out?
Yeah.
I know. That happened like 2 seconds
was
ago.
like-
When I
Just
tell my
now.
jokes, I'm in a character. Okay. Method.
That's Rick's thing.
I thought that was slang for tattoo. I'm like,
Yeah.
that toot.
That toot.
That toot.
Go to the toot shop. Get some.
So to keep them, to tell them apart when they're getting changed, they got one of them, Prince Albert.
The tattoo and piercing shop.
Oh, those were all funny.
Yay.
Sometimes they're not.
Sometimes they're not.
She's like, I'm pleasantly
Yeah,
surprised.
good job, guys. You actually did it. No, I just like
I enjoyed that.
because like I'm still stuck on the story though. Like, is she an asshole or
No, I don't.
I
It's the
don't think so
smallest
either.
little
If it's
tiny
like a
thing.
small little
Yeah.
freckle,
So
I have an
small.
actual freckle on my ears
I
that
do
are
too.
like
You do.
the same.
I think it's also like
And I
when
think they're tattooed.
it's like when little babies get piercings. Like there's little
Sure.
babies that get pierced at like a month, like 2 months or something.
Yeah.
So it's the exact same. It's needles, and as long as it's not a fucking eagle getting a
A snake.
like a snake out of the river on the
As long
back.
as it's not a Mexican tattoo? Is that what it is?
No, I was
As long
thinking
as
it's
it's
like
not
a
representative of the nation of Mexico.
no. I was thinking like a motorcycle guy.
okay.
That's where I was going. I didn't know anything about the Mexicans.
I don't know nothing
I
about
don't
Mexicans.
know nothing about them Mexicans. No, these were all really funny. I like Jeremy's first joke about like the e-pacifier. And I was just imagining like these nicotine addicted babies like, crawling around and just like vaping. He's like, your mom's letting you off the boob. Like, still on mine.
The flavor is like mom's milk, like chocolate milk, strawberry milk.
Oat milk.
I got this kombucha breast milk.
Kombucha breast milk.
And then I liked the tiny little dot on the wall. That was funny. And then I liked the tramp joke because I haven't thought about the word tramp in like the longest time.
Now that is some Aaron Kraft judging bullshit right there. I like the word tramp.
It's a good
Sorry.
word, but it's also tramp stamp.
And then the cocoa melon.
Oh,
Foundation
I
of the
didn't get the
joke.
joke, and now I get it with tramp stamp.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's foundation of the joke.
And then what?
What it is?
Tramp stamp.
No, the Cocoa Melon one. I was
Cocoa
confused on
Melon's
that one.
a show for like babies and toddlers, and it's on Netflix, and it's like Cocoa Melon, and kids are fucking
Yeah,
whacked
it's like
for
a
it.
big like.
They're like
deal.
nuts. So that
It's like
was
a
a good
big
joke.
deal.
Yeah, I like that
No,
joke.
but you know what I mean. It's like it's not. It's like the Teletubbies were when we were.
It's like
kids,
the
you know what
Peppa
I mean?
Pig stuff.
Yeah.
And, okay.
Yeah.
Caillou
Oh,
or
okay.
whatever, and then the Prince Albert. So honestly, Rick, you win this round too.
Honestly, I do, which also means that I win the episode.
I should've-
These are all,
Yeah. I should have knocked over your microphone.
all of like a lot of times the stories have like just kind of like bizarre things, but these were all like morally like you had to like check
Suspect.
your moral compass for all of them. You know,
You're
like,
right because you did like reflect on them. Like right
I
before.
know, I,
I'm
like,
gonna judge
thought-
this, but let's take a moment to reflect.
Let's have
on
a
it.
discussion.
I'm sorry I brought that up to the table because I'm like I can't get over that. Like a guy, like I don't want to jerk off next to my coworker. And
Am I
like,
the
I
ass? Okay, so guys, am I the asshole for masturbating at work and not showering in 90 years and tattooing all of my descendants?
Am I the
Ever.
asshole for washing my asshole?
Jeremy says that over a pile of dead rodents and smoking cigarettes.
Those are his descendants.
He's
the
on-
guy, the
He's
94-year-old
on
man
my
ate the dead rodents, right?
Oh, roadkill.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
roadkill.
Yeah,
Roadkill.
I just imagined rodents.
All right, well, congratulations, Ricardo Leone.
Congratulations.
I know that had
Ricardo
the sting
Leone.
since.
Totally stains.
I know.
In front of my girlfriend?
I know. Sorry. You just have to be
Oh my
funnier.
God. Babe, I only date winners.
Sorry. No.
Well, normally at this point in the show, we would go to Carly Kastner. But today we're going to ask Vanessa Flores, do you have any burning questions?
They're like lukewarm questions.
Lukewarm questions. Do you have any tepid questions?
I do have tepid questions. What's the longest you've gone without a shower?
Good question.
And what made you shower? Like, what made you have to like make that decision? Yeah,
You're
be like,
fucking everything.
all right, it's time.
I know.
I know mine. It
But
was
it's not worth it.
There we go.
It was a week, and I went to horse camp, and my camp counselor. This has nothing to do like with her, but she was Russian, and she had like a real thick Russian accent.
So you smelled so much like a horse, they sent you to horse camp?
Yeah. No, but like we didn't shower the whole week,
Yeah.
and like I asked, I was like, but there were showers. They're like we had them, and she was like, no, you go in the pool every day. That's a shower. And I was like, no, it's not. Like, I shower every day. And she's like, nope. And then my dad picked me up from camp, and he was like, because I was like dirty and like 11 and had like, and I was sweaty, and like we had like cabins with like the screens. So we didn't even have like real windows. So I was like clammy, like just gross. And my dad, the first thing I did, he's like, you smell so bad. And I was like, I tried to ask. And like, we couldn't shower. My dad like wanted to sue them.
Imagine how people like smelled like 100 years ago.
Oh, I know. I think about that
that's
all
how
the
life
time.
was.
But
know?
you used to that. You would have been used to it.
But like they never bring that up on like Marty McFly, where he's like, oh, geez, you smell.
They never bring that up on Marty McFly.
Marty McFly.
Is that a show?
I know, like whenever I watch like Ever After or a movie like with Queens and stuff, I'm like, oh God, they smell so bad. And like I've seen like the tours of castles and stuff, and like you see like, the bathrooms.
Do you think that with every period movie?
Yeah.
Like,
It ruins so many movies for me.
Oh my
Because
God.
I'm just like, because so do you know why like in weddings you have flowers?
Because your pussy fucking smells.
No, because like it started when like people were getting married in England and Spain and everything. They didn't shower, so they bring in flowers because they'd have people in these like crammed rooms, and they'd have like 300 people that all smelled like shit. So they had the flowers to like cover it up.
Yeah, and wasn't it like you'd only bathe like
Once a year,
once a year,
if that.
or your wedding, and then it was like that's it.
Yeah, the queen bathed once a year. One of the queens in England bathed once a year, and the commoners thought that was too much. And they were like, well, la-dee-da.
Miss Clean Hoity Toity.
I'm bathing once a year. But yeah.
Is
Anyway.
that where thinking of queens as being fancy came from? Because they bathed?
Yeah. With their water and their soap and their oils.
Yeah, I did like a summer campy thing. Probably just was like a week. It was like for Boy Scouts, and so we were like, but it was so satisfying to get in the shower and like see all that like dirt in
All the
water.
grime.
Oh, I
Yeah, it was,
cried.
like,
I remember
satisfying.
crying and then my hair was in braids too, and taking it out, it actually like my head was like sore
Oh, jeez,
from it. Yeah.
tender-headed. But I also dated this girl who did a performance art piece where she didn't bathe for like a month, and it was okay at first, and then then it was getting like, yeah, I mean, she was fucking dirty like for a long time, and then she went on a trip and came back, and she had like a fucking black eye, and she like stunk like really bad.
Why'd she have a black eye?
Because she didn't bathe.
She didn't bathe. No, because she did like the mosh pit and like she went to a festival. That's why she went out of town.
Oh, nobody bathed there either.
But then she came back,
Yeah.
and we like had this like tub that we sealed up and filled it with water, and she bathed as their performance art piece, and the water was all like super filthy.
That's disgusting. I have weird stories, you say.
I know. I'm just like speechless, like because I'm like a month, like
Yeah.
of not.
I've probably gone like 2 or 3 weeks.
Really?
2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, I can't even think.
Why?
Like of an exact answer. I don't know.
Just like
Didn't feel
Not
like
about now?
bathing.
not depression? Like
Smell lovely.
I haven't bathed in 4 months.
Oh, so you can get away with it. You're one of those people that can get away with it. Your body doesn't odor.
when I lived in Germany, they would bathe like twice a week. And they thought I was weird because I took a shower every day or every other day.
Yeah, isn't it like European countries? They don't shower as much.
It was
I also don't shave my legs.
The weirdest thing for that was like one time I went downstairs and my host dad was using the rower.
Whoa, Ghost Dad? Bill Cosby?
My host dad was using the rower and he was wearing his work clothes. Like he was just like wearing and like
Business.
I need to
Get my muscles pumped before this big meeting.
and then he just like went upstairs and was like talking before we ate dinner and stuff. And I'm like, you're still wearing those clothes? Like, you're what? You wear those all day? And like, it's like, and they were like slim fit shirts. You know, they wear like the So
Wouldn't it be,
I can see
get
this like
itchy
in my head.
if I like sweat and don't like wash. I get itchy.
I don't sweat. That's another thing.
Oh, I sweat. I'm
sweat a
a
lot.
sweaty gal.
It sucks.
Yeah.
I hate it. There's always like a healthy glow.
Yeah.
I always glisten.
I went to a haunted house a couple weeks ago and I went with my roommates, coworkers, and I had never met the guy that I had to like walk through the haunted house with. And I'm like a big baby. I know that I look real tough. And you're like, what?
I smell meat cute.
Yeah.
Also because he didn't bathe and I smell
He favors male companionship. So it wasn't, but like I was holding on to him like this and I'm like scared and I was like shaking and he was like, Hannah, I can like feel you shaking. And then at the end we get done and he just had sweat. I was like, I'm so sorry. And we went to the other one. He's like, get on the other side. So just even it out.
This sleeve is really heavy now because of your sweat.
I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm just so scared. He's like, I know. He's like, it's actually really funny. And I was like, okay, don't tell anyone.
And then you tell everybody.
Tell everyone. Yeah.
Don't tell anyone it's my story.
Don't tell anyone. It's so funny. But yeah, sweaty.
I probably like when I'm sick. It's like I don't want to shower or whatever. I know it'll feel better, but it's like a couple days and then, you know, maybe I've gone like a week for whatever reason, like being sick or surgery. But
then like the shower when you're sick is such a good shower.
It is.
You know?
like I bitch about it the whole way in, and then I'm like, I don't want to leave. Like it's just so nice.
Something you do, like you can do.
That's why
you can't really do that much when you're sick.
Yeah.
But a shower is like different from watching TV all day. Or
That's why-
feeling bad and it's soothing.
Although like when you're super, super sick, like when I had COVID earlier this year, I had COVID bad and it hurt to shower. Like my skin was so, like I ached so bad. Like I was like I would like cave in and it hurt. So I could
that
only
was
take
my
like
respite
little
for
short
I like that
showers.
feeling of like the water on your chest.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got that.
Normally I do, but like it like I could feel every like water hit me.
Well, guys, I encourage you to join me doing No Shower November so that when you finally do shower, it's going to feel so good.
It's going to be a Christmas
that
present to
buildup.
everybody.
It's the buildup.
Then when it happens, it's just magical. You know?
It's so clean everywhere.
There are some weekends where I feel like I want to be a little trashy and not like, you know, wear the clothes I wore the night before and just like bum around like on a Sunday morning or something and just like go get coffee
It's old
and
lazy day.
smoke a cigarette.
yeah.
and
Pajama day.
I mean, like, I don't plan for those days on the gross days that I have. And then, like, they'll kind of roll into another one. And then I'm like, okay, get it together. Like, let's run a comb through your hair. Like,
my body like starts like getting itchy and like I'm just like, "Ugh," like I don't like the way it like doesn't feel right. I like to get clean.
I'm trying to grow my hair out and just like take better. Like, you're not supposed to wash your hair as often. So I'm trying to go like 4 days, which is a long time.
Yeah.
And so I went 4 days and now I like finally I washed my hair before and I was like, oh my God, this feels so good. But it was getting like, it wasn't bad, but I knew.
Yeah.
You know?
And I don't like the way it feels. Like
Yeah.
I like it like clean and poofy and
Yeah, because it was like I have like pretty thick hair, but then when it was in his ponytail, it was just like, whoosh, you know. Anyway,
If I go more than like 3 days without showering, my scalp will like freak out. It
will leave.
It's like shocked. You know what I mean? Like it just like I don't know what to do. It's like freaking out because there's too many oils or whatever.
All right. Cool.
that was a very tepid question.
good episode. Yeah, it was good. We had a lot of material for that.
I would say a tepid episode.
This episode.
Yeah.
Damn it! You beat me,
No, you beat me.
and I went that world to now.
All right. Well, This has been fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. Well, tune in next week. We'll talk about maybe how Vanessa and I met, and maybe we'll play some games because since we're short-staffed, thanks Biden, we'll probably do something special next week instead of a standard episode. So look out for that.
You know, you guys like them anyways. Because like a little bit of a mix up.
Yeah.
Dirty little whores, trashy little nom
You
noms.
trash little nom noms. In the meantime, she didn't
She didn't
watch
watch the newest episode.
Okay.
In the meantime, if you guys don't mind going to our Patreon, only $3 a month, you can get access to all of our past catalog. Only the most recent 25 are up for free. Hey, I'm over here now. And so support the show, please. $3 a month. It's not that much. But if you don't have $3 a month, you can still support the show by liking, subscribing to our YouTube. Oh, now I'm on this camera. Thank you. Subscribing to our Patreon.
Now you're on this camera.
Now I'm on
I've
this
never
camera.
paid attention. I'm always just looking at myself.
Just share the show. Tell people you know about it. Leave comments, reviews, suggestions for stories. Well, this story of the old man who didn't bathe. No. I'm sorry, I'm mixing them up. But we did use a recent listener suggestion for a story, either this episode or last episode. Sorry, I can't remember what it was. I'm on this camera now. So if you guys could... anyways, that's going to do it for the show today. We love you. I'm looking at you, Vanessa.
Oh, sorry.
We love you.
We love you. I'm Jeremy Martinez.
I'm Ricardo Leon.
I'm Hannah Ty.
I'm Vanessa Flores.
This has been another episode of 1, 2, 3 Jokes!
Yay.
Old man, please take a bath. You smell. Oh, I should have thought of the end of that.
I don't like how you smell.
Ding, 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 bang, ding, ding, bang, ding, bang.
All right, who has better Neil Young?
Oh, that's what we were doing.
Old man, please take a bath. You smell like shit.